got something to say.
What is it?
Look, I'm sorry, Reggie, babe. For yesterday and today and for being a pain in the ass. I'm sorry for everything.
For everything?
You better go and see Boyd and tell him you need a new partner. Because after refs, I'm not coming back to work.
Eh?
I've reported sick. I'm gonna go and see Chandler in half an hour and... well, I've got something to tell him.
You're not making a lot of sense here, Des.
It'll all make sense to you when you find out later.
So how did Anthony Melder come to blackmail you?
Began to 3 weeks ago. I started getting these anonymous calls saying he knew what I'd done. He could prove it.
How did you manage to track him down?
I've lived in Sunhill all my life. I do know a few people. And he wasn't too careful about shooting his mouth off, by all accounts.
OK. Well, there's one thing I don't understand, and that's... well, how come he knew what you was doing 3 years ago?
I don't know. Ask him.
So you're saying that Anthony Melder was blackmailing Greenstead?
That's right. We just don't know how, that's all.
And how many people was he?
How many people does he want?
You got that printed list of phone numbers found in Melder's flat?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what's up?
A few minutes ago, I got a call back from one of the numbers stored on Melder's phone that I was trying to chase up earlier. Bloke didn't know any Anthony Melder, but he did say he'd been getting anonymous calls recently.
So?
So you said that Greenstead didn't know how Melder found out about his secret?
Yeah.
Sounds too simple. I've got an idea how he might have done it.
Well, you gonna tell me or what?
Law of averages. Law of averages.
Started out just as a game. It's the stupid thing about it.
Making anonymous phone calls and text messages.
Yeah. And he had all these lists from work, faxes and phone numbers and that. But sometimes we just pick a number out of a local phone book.
And the point was just to annoy him or scare him, yeah?
Yeah. And every so often he'd get someone who really took it bad, like started crying or threatening. But the best response is when you pretended you knew something about them. So we'd text them and say, we know what you've done. Everyone's got something to hide, haven't they? Then we wait for them to ring us.
And by pure chance, you just happened to come across Colin Greenstead, yeah?
It was obvious from the way he was reacting that he really had something to hide, something big. And he was really cool. He knew just what to say to bluff it out, make it sound like we really did know. He should have stopped there, but then Andy asked for some money just to see what would happen.
And Greenstead's paranoia did the rest.
I stopped doing it after that. I didn't like it. Knew it'd lead to trouble. But Annie said if it worked once, it'd work again with someone else.
Well, make enough phone calls, you're bound to find someone. Law of averages.
And did it work again?
I don't know, I told you. Anthony was doing it all on his own by then.
OK, let's get this straight for the record. So you're saying that you and Anthony Melder knew nothing about what Colin Greenstead was hiding?
Nah, still don't. Is it? Is it something really bad?
There you are.
Look, I'm just on my way to see Chandler. Let me do that first, eh?
This'll only take a sec. Melder just woke up and he's not saying squat, which is hardly surprising, considering the kicking he got. But we got the whole story from Mark Davey.
Not interested.
You're in the clear.
Hey?
Looks like Melder just got your number out of a hat. He's done it to hundreds of people. Some kind of sick game.
You're joking.
No joke, Des. But what I want to know is, if your guilty conscience isn't anything to do with Simpson, what is it to do with?
Des, sorry to keep you waiting, but we'll have to make it fast, whatever it is.
Sorry, sir, I've got to go.
Oh, I'll speak to you later.
No, you're right, Sarge, I'm done. Sir?
And before you say anything, the answer's yes, all right?
Yes, you'll have the abortion.
Didn't you just hear me?
So you weren't bluffing then? What made you decide?
You figure it out.
Honestly, you'd think no one had ever been engaged before.
I know, I think Nick's fed up of hearing about it too.
What's it got to do with Nick?
Nothing.
Oh, come on, Cass, don't kid a kidder.
I've told you nothing.
Well, that's no way to treat someone who's done a pretty big favour for you recently. I seem to remember some Class A goodies in someone's handbag.
What? I can't believe you're bringing that up over something as petty as this.
Petty as what?
It's hardly even worth mentioning it. It's just Air and Nick, you know.
You're joking.
It was only the ones. He met her in a nightclub the day before she started. It's a dead secret, I mean it.
Yeah, all right, all right.
Listen, Nick, do you reckon that, I'm getting fat?
No, Tom. You're not fat. You're just built to withstand the elements. Yeah, what you doing back? I think you reported off sick.
Yeah, I did, yeah. But I had to lie down in the FME's room and I feel much better now. Must have only been a migraine.
I'm like a pain in the neck.
You up for a drink?
I'll probably go for one tomorrow. I think I owe you one, don't I? See you later, babe.
What's that all about?
Search me.
A nice job they done. You'd never know there'd been a fire, would you? I'll see you around.
There we go. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Well, it's certainly something worth celebrating. Getting through a day without ripping into each other.
Look, let's just put all that behind us, shall we?
Fine. So how are we going to play it? I mean, obviously, we've got to spend some time together and take things slow. But do we still try and keep things secret, or what? I mean, it seems to me that's been part of the problem.
Wait a minute, hang on. When you say pick up where we left off...
You might not think I'm serious. Maybe that's the problem. But I am. There's no going back. I love you.
Next on the bill.
Deborah McAllister, I've got an appointment.
Look, let me take you for a meal tonight. We can have a proper chat.
I'd rather just leave it.
Well, you have to ask yourself, why has it been so nice?
I usually find booze, coppers and solicitors don't mix.
You've been drinking with the wrong coppers.
Coming up.
If there's one thing this man is, it's patient. He's waited 20 years now. You can't spend the next 20 looking over your shoulder.
What are you suggesting?
We draw him out.
All new Taggart. Next.